The time is 1:39 p.m., March 18th, 2025. At this point on the calendar, date and time, I can say the construction on S Street is historic. I'll put it into the title so that people know to come look. If there's anybody, I doubt there is, but if there's anybody who thinks they'd be safe enough to go take pictures, the pictures are worth it. I wouldn't suggest that. It's irresponsible of me. But then again, you wouldn't be killed. They're too insane and there's too much happening for them to come kill you. Now I have to shout this over a sound machine, and I cannot report any poisons that I go through. The construction that they bring to the house that is about 3 doors down from my house. This house I am in is 1509 S Street Northwest. That house is like 1503 or 1501. You can't miss it. What they are doing, I'm telling you properly, this is not wrong information. Flat out, cut and dry, plain and simple. What they are doing is making, I have to plug one ear now. They are making a facility to chop up dead bodies and organ harvest. That is why what they're doing is historic. That is why I am saying to go, if you're brave enough, and take some fucking pictures of this, because you have historic photos. As of right now on the calendar, the Saudi Arabian Al-Qaeda terrorists, ISIS terrorists who set this up and told these African Americans, there's African Americans over there today, they always have different crew that comes in. As domestic terrorists, they have their foreign nationals that come in who are all Latin drug cartel, okay? So whoever you're capturing in your photos, that's who they are and that's what they are. I wouldn't suggest that you let them see you. These are violent fucking terrorists and they know what they're doing. They're building an organ harvesting facility in the house. Why they decided to do this was because of the body count that's been going on here for so many years. They thought they'd put it all in one house. They thought they could make a lot of money off all of the organs they harvest. Plain and simple, I'm not going to carry on too much with describing every last thing of why they're doing it. I'm just to say this is historic. That construction they're carrying on with today is historic. I am clear to say when Donald Trump dies in a hospital or some fatality on some sort of aircraft, it's one or the other. He's not going to be arrested. There's no way the evil Russian military, the Japanese military, you name it. God, Lord, there's more. South Korean, oh my God, just go down the list. Are ever, and these are also foreign terror groups, these religiously driven Muslim terrorists, never in a million years is Donald Trump Bill and Hillary Clinton, I can say this, it's just a matter of when it's clear for me to. It's fact on paper. Let's finish the point. Because of very dangerous, religiously driven Muslim terrorists, like bona fide, dangerous, religiously driven Muslim terrorists, because of extremely dangerous, bona fide, white extremist terrorists, some of them out of the United States, a lot of them out of Europe and Russia. Because of extremely dangerous assassins that work for the military. They fall into the Asian organized crime camp, but Japan will just send them. So you just say Japanese military, it's easier. Because of the Japanese military, on and on, man. You're not going to see Bill Clinton, Obama, praise God, Michelle Obama, praise God, they finally get what they deserve. More than likely, any of their family members, probably not, no. But certainly these people that were in political power and held jobs in the president's office, since all of this was going full speed ahead and they know everything and they know everyone, there's no way, going back to George Bush, that any of those presidents are ever arrested. The name of the game here with these kind of military officials is you assassinate the presidents. Hitler didn't kill himself. It's no different than what happened to Hitler. They can say, well, he was found suicide. No. They kill people like that. Who are they? They're military. They're evil enough, the German Nazis, to do what they did. Why do you think they would give Hitler special treatment? They turned around and killed Hitler, killed his female he was with when they lost the war. This is millions of others of historical figures died the same fate, that attacked foreign countries or attacked a country next door, lost the war. Somebody is generally a military person of their own team, kills them. It's nothing you haven't heard before. You just need to understand it's happening in the United States. I'm just saying what's happening in the United States. And I'm wasting time explaining the obvious. I'm grumpy because I can't talk about my poisons. Okay. There's no way Bill Clinton, George Bush, Obama, Trump, or Biden are going to ever be arrested. More than likely, everybody dies of heart attacks or crashes in their airplanes. More than likely. Once that starts happening, is at the point in time when you'll finally see the historic construction of a industrial facility being built in a private residence for the purposes of chopping up dead corpses and harvesting their organs. At that point in time, the construction for that gruesome crime will finally stop at the address of 1503 S Street Northwest. At the point in time, Putin's another one. He'll die too. At the point in time when the people that kept financing and protecting this terrorist complex die and leave the earth is when the police, who are a terrorist organization, DCPD, and the DC Fire Department, at that point in time, they'll realize we need to run out of the city. We have to run. We are no longer protected. At that point in time, is when the good guys bring in the good military to act as the police. Okay? They will not be DCPD. They will not be wearing DCPD cars, DCPD anything. It'll be a whole new police force. All right, but the city will see no police here. At the point in time, your cops here, who are a terrorist organization, will run to the hills. Your cops here in the city, the local law enforcement, have been butchering women in this house for years. They kill women and they kill children. They are a terrorist organization. They're making the news now, killing children. 17-year-old minors ending up in the river. Brutally gruesome human remains, everything found, so on and so forth. That's your cops. I told you this for how many years? No, that is not victory and that is not success. That means the terrorists who had control over this region are being crushed. And their terror and their crime is coming in their local paper, and their local degenerate criminals who covered and helped them engage in terrorism, working for the press, are scrambling to cover up their terrorist acts, but yet having to report it. It is not working. That is exactly correct. The press can't report terrorist acts that violent and gruesome and clear and obvious, and then sit there and keep pretending in their press rooms or their police precincts that they're not doing it. So that's why I am to tell the public at the date and time, don't expect, once you're Putin, you're Trump, you're Clinton, you're Obama, you're Bush, I forget what, anyways, all of them since Bill Clinton was in office, and he let in all the Al-Qaeda Muslim terrorists rampage our country. Don't expect to see any of those presidents ever being arrested. No, they're not going to be cuffed and booked. I knew that when I was writing that last night. Donald, Musk, name it, Clinton, good God, the whole gang, none of them, I knew it when I was typing, are not being cuffed and booked. It's never going to happen. But they're facing that. We're there, dude. And sitting around in DC in any office you want, pretending it's not happening, doesn't matter anymore. You can go ahead and do that if that's how you're choosing to react to this as a terrorist, a violent, brutal, deranged terrorist. You want to choose to react to this. You sit in your prosecutor office. I'm a DC prosecutor. I'm going to continue to pretend. That's their choice. That's how they decided to react to reality. But that historic construction is classified as historic. The good guys are going to dock it, do what they want. This is their block with that. The project these men are trying to construct every day will never happen. They are not going to set up a organ harvesting facility in a residential property. It'll never go into full swing. And that is what I am to say. Expect no cops, no fire department, no feds. Expect a whole new police force here. It's all the good guys. Expect at that point in time, once all your quantified, registered, and prosecuted as violent terrorists who held offices as president, expect none of them to ever face arrest for that. They'll all die. And at that point, you'll see the construction finally stop and you'll see the police fucking run to the hills, law enforcement in general. But I do encourage anyone, if there's no decent people here, but God, who knows, maybe just one out of all of them is here who's a human who's nice. I doubt it. You can come and see what they're doing. It's incredibly historic that they just think this is perfectly normal. Perfectly okay. When that is exactly what they're doing. I never gave anyone misinformation on that. That is exactly what they're doing. You're going to see and hear those guys that fly over the house all the time, the official military, the ones that I get to live with. I moved to a military base. You're going to hear from my brothers and sisters right out of the cat's mouth. Yes, that's what they were doing, and you'll see a lot of evidence to that. They'll give you what you need to know. They were building an organ harvesting facility inside of a residential property. All right, bye.